Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
And so normally you enjoy sausage, but when I had to scrape fat off of pig nipple things, I couldn't enjoy the sausage. I couldn't enjoy it.
You just knew the teats left behind.
Yeah, no teat left behind. It was.
I thought you were going to go a direction of I was counting. I'm 9, 10, 11, 12. Sounds odd. Dozen tit? I don't know. Something.
Dum dum da da. Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every week chooses a popular saying to take a shallow, but hopefully comedic and once in a while interesting dive into its meaning, its usage, its origins. But we're also going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name right here, this guy is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skinny.
And you know what? You guys have been saying my name wrong.
What do you mean?
It's actually Dangle.
Dangle Ano?
It's Dangle Ano, yes. You guys have had it so close, though.
Dangle Ano. Nice. Well, welcome back. You are the first repeat, right?
Am I?
Is it?
Is it?
That's
well,
so
is
good.
Well, no, that's not true. But only because some people have done doubles in one session.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Which I believe I did as well.
You did.
So you're just breaking all new records. A Dangle Ano. Been there, done that. Wow.
If anybody's Ano dangles.
It feels like it's getting weird.
It's like a Christmas elf.
Just now?
Rejected Christmas elf names. Dangle Ano.
Dangle Ano.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. What's going on new in your world?
Not much. Still just
all right.
trucking along. All right.
Good talk.
Good talk. No, nothing.
You
nothing
must have been
too
working
crazy.
out, buddy. I mean, it's in the most weirdest of ways. You're looking good.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. No, I sometimes work out, and I just stopped eating.
You stopped eating completely.
Yeah, it's just water now. Little half water bottles only.
Have you heard of? Oh man, I can't think of the word now. Oxygenarian or something like that.
The 80-year-old?
Is that a religious thing?
No, there's people who believe and have attempted that through the right practice, you can live on air alone.
Oh no, I've not heard of this.
Air and water, I think.
Okay,
air and water. So
That
no
sounds
food.
and then
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So I know
water.
There's a real the
dew of the
diet
universe.
that is air and water only,
and fire.
and death. I think comes quickly.
He's the avatar.
Death is a
He's the culmination of all
cloak
the...
and sickle as a logo.
The last airbender. You'd be the last hairbender.
Airbender.
The last hairbender.
Yeah.
It's the that would be a great name for a salon.
The last hairbender.
Yeah.
They just curl.
The curling club. The last hairbenders.
Anybody here grow up with anyone in their house that did perms? Can you remember that smell?
I had a perm.
No.
You had a perm.
Oh yeah, I very much had a perm.
What?
Yeah.
I want to see photo evidence.
That must have been when you were living larger.
I actually have that photo. I don't know if you get much larger. I have that photo in my office. I have a shrine to myself, of myself.
Oh, I know
have
what you're
curly
talking
hair.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a shrine to yourself of yourself.
It's like everything just says Vincent. Chamber of the Artist. Yeah, it's Van Gogh stuff.
Dangle afro.
Yeah.
I used to have actually wildly curly hair, but it wasn't a perm.
Yeah,
you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big little locks.
Like
Little ringlets.
Yeah,
like
like
Goldilocks.
halfway down your back.
Yeah, it was long. I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all.
That's like my son now.
Yeah, I've seen.
Was your hair curlier than that?
Yeah, on good days.
But I think of people back in high society that would have crazy curly hair or wigs or these sorts of things because hair was a
High
status.
Society. I think that's Seth
symbol.
Rogen new movie.
High Society? Maybe. Yeah.
They had curlers and wigs and perms and live in that
opulent kind of life where the wealthier, that sort of thing. Yeah, you had that highfalutin do.
Well, what a segue for today's idiom.
Living high on the hog.
Living high on the hog. Living high on the hog. That was from the movie Selma. Living high on the hog, you kind of hinted at what it might mean.
Possible meanings.
High
on the hog.
High on the hog.
That falutin. That's kind of how it's used.
Yeah.
Oh, you're living high on the hog.
You know what I love, speaking of hogs, is we're recording in Vancouver area is the pig races. I know, as stupid as that is, the P&E pig races, I love it. It's the same spiel, it's the same jokes, same guy that's been running it forever, and I can't miss it if I visit the P&E.
It's very, I think it's scripted. It's fake, like wrestling.
They had in that one, there was that pig, and I don't know if they were just like being kind to it because it had the no armed, no legged pig at the thing. They called it a groundhog, but
I'm like, I'm sure there's a joke. I just can't get there ahead of you.
Trying.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you a joke.
Okay.
So there's this guy city guy, came in to hang out and visit with his country friend. They used to go to school together and lived on a farm. And as he's having dinner with this friend and his family, he sees he looks out the window over their shoulders and he sees a 3-legged pig. And he's like, oh, the pig out there only has 3 legs. I'm like, oh man, do I have a story about that pig? Oh, okay. Why does he have three legs? Well, when we first moved here, there was no barn out back that you see there. That didn't exist. And when we started construction on the barn, we were about 3/4 of the way done, and it began to collapse. But we weren't aware that my 4-year-old daughter was inside as it began to give way. And you wouldn't believe this, but that pig darted amidst rubble and dust, dove into the crumbling barn and dragged our daughter out. Wow, he says, so that's how he lost his leg? No. Let me tell you another story. When one time my other son when he was a little guy, he started to wander out into the street, and not a lot of traffic around here, but sure enough, that's when a truck came, and, well, that little pig, he ran out there, dove, bumped right into my son, moved him out of the way, and he saved my son's life. Oh, and that's why he has only 3 legs. No. There was a small house fire once. Tells another story about how his wife was saved by this pig. So that's why he has 3 legs? No, why does he have 3 legs? Well, a pig that awesome? You think we're going to eat them all at once?
That's terrible.
I was very intrigued. I'm very disappointed.
I felt like a third into that joke. This joke's too long.
It had a surprise ending.
Yeah. Oh no.
That was good. That was really good.
Thank you. And they always had funny names around the thing.
Hog.
Like, here comes Kevin Bacon around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They always gave him funny pig names.
Yeah, totally.
Have you seen that news anchor that's losing it about? I think it was a pig race actually, and they named the pig Chris P. Bacon.
See, that's funny.
Yeah, and the newscaster can't keep. This is not my best story ever. I'm aware of this.
So are they upset because?
No, he's losing it, like laughing. He can't keep it together because he's laughing so hard at the name Crispy Bacon for a pig.
I thought this was going to be somebody with an agenda about animal rights.
No, I would have changed the channel
because I got attacked. I was attacked, boys. A couple of years ago, visiting Alder Acres Farm with the kids, and they had little piglets, and I got a picture taken holding one of these little pigs, and I posted it on Instagram. It's probably still on my account, and just put, I can't believe I ate bacon this morning. Like,
I should remember this.
I got attacked by pet pig owners who ganged up on me and like, how dare you, this and that, and I'm like,
that is hilarious.
That's very funny.
I'm sorry, I didn't eat this pig. This one was cute. Yeah, they went to town on me.
Baby Hamlet. Yeah.
Really hamming it up.
Well, today we are going to talk about High.On.The.Hog, and since we've got a guest, and this seems to be a popular new thing, and it's extra work for me, but hopefully you guys didn't dig too deep, because I'm going to give you 3 options of what the origins may or may not be for the idiom of living high on the hog. Are you ready for this?
I am. You specifically said do not do any research, I was hard done by to not work.
You stuck with it?
I stuck with it. I didn't do any research.
All right. So here's your 3 options in no particular order. One of them is correct. Number 1, Living high on the hog should actually be living off the high parts of the hog. In other words, eating the parts of pork that are found on the high part of the pig is better meat than what is found on the lower part. Only paupers would eat less favorable lower parts found in pork, but the wealthy would eat the finer cuts found physically higher on the hog.
So the reason I don't like that one is pork belly is delicious. Pork belly is bacon.
Right.
It's true. It is one of the best parts. So
Yeah. Okay.
all right. Well, so what else do you got?
That's number
What
one.
else
Number
do you
two.
High on the hog.
We are more familiar with the bulls and bears of the stock market, but did you know that originally, if the stock market was on the rise, it was a hog market? While pork was a singular item, it had such a following in the early days that it affected the market on the whole. Therefore, if pork bellies were up, so was the whole market. Living high on the hog was good for everyone.
got? Not convinced.
Me neither. It's
What if I said
suspect.
in-
I've never heard that. And funny enough, when I would put High on the Hog in Google and then go over to the news section, it's all like financial related and pork bellies and stuff that are up
Right.
in price right now. And there was no mention of
Origins.
origin with High on the Hog. So I'm thinking I'm already down to 50%. Whatever lie is about to come out of your mouth next.
All right, number three.
You should have gone in African stock market.
I know, that's what he
Yes,
really
yeah.
likes. That's what he needs. In Strasbourg, Germany.
Exactly. It's like I'll never get this one.
All right. This is number three. In the 17th century, street beggars were given a derogatory comparison to a parasite often found in pigs. The poorest of the poor was said to be as low as a mite on a pig's underbelly. A one-time homeless beggar who found above-average success as a theater actor was quoted as saying, "I'm still a mite, just higher on the hog."
Ooh. You go ahead. You know what? If you choose one, I'll just go with the other one because it is 50-50.
So both of you are just like,
It is
the
a
stock
50-50.
market is out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sounds like garbage.
That was soft.
that had
That was 10 ply.
oh, letter Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm not a fan of any of them.
Yeah. Thanks.
So that
Copy this idiom
That
sucks.
speaks to my writing skills on two of them.
which is good because you've obviously cornered in the non-segment, the non-ness of this,
The nonness.
of this whole idiom.
Like bread.
High on the hog. I wouldn't think that. What is back bacon? Because we like back bacon.
It sounds
Canadian
like it's
bacon.
up high on
does sound like
the
it's
back.
high.
Canadian bacon. That's yeah.
But like, and a ham is like in the rump, like yeah. So we like a good ham because it's, but and feet is bad.
Okay.
So pig feet bad.
They're
But
low.
belly is delicious, and on some people, or
It's-
particularly porks,
It's good on the porks.
But you
on the
never eat
porks.
the dangle anal.
No.
no, it has a nasty aftertaste.
I'm so uncomfortable.
No, and particularly if it's dangling ano.
That's ripe for the picking, though.
That is not good.
And low hanging fruit.
Nasty. It's stuck in your teeth.
You got
Floss-
a little,
just
you got a
floss
little
with it.
anal,
You get a
just
little anal.
right there in the middle.
That's
Floss with it if you get the
not
right
for
piece.
There's not fast relief with that ano. I like the idea of back bacon. Good. Hind quarters good, but belly also good. But I think they might be referring to feet.
But people eat pickled pig's feet too, right?
That sounds like that's hogwash.
If they
doesn't
do, it should
sound
be
good.
piggled. Piggled pig's feet. Pig's feet.
Pigs.
Pickled. It's actually where you take cucumbers and you grind up the feet of pigs and put them like into a briny solution. Put pickles into like pig swamp.
This is a new origins. We're moving on.
We've moved on.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah, so as much as I don't like number 1, 3 seems absurd as well, but it's a toss-up. It's a 50-50.
I want to go with one. One feels
One was
all this talk of meat.
Yeah, one has a smack of
higher parts of the meat, higher parts of the actual physical body of the pig.
The reason I want to go that way because that feels just like something everyone's experienced versus one who knows
one-man
actor just being like,
actor.
I'm but a tick.
Or-
Was it tick?
Might.
Wow.
Or did I purposefully leave out the actor's name so that it wouldn't be a dead giveaway of its truthfulness?
It was Tom Cruise.
Mark Hamilton. Yeah. So, okay, you say 1. I'll go with 3 just to keep our odds good.
All right. Well, to find out, we're going to have to take a little dip into something I like to call origins, except I never have this queued up ready. Are you ready?
Sure, say some words.
Words.
Said some words. Where'd they go?
Words.
Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind.
Yeah, there
Gets
we
me every
go.
time.
Well, the source of this phrase is often said to be the fact that the best cuts of meat on a pig come from the back and upper
Talk
leg,
myself out of it.
and that the wealthy ate cuts from High.On.The.Hog.
There's some sense there, except for the belly.
But it does say while the paupers ate belly pork and trotters, which I didn't look up that word.
It's got to be feet.
But was belly fat? It's like super fatty, and we just like
Yeah,
But
we
they
love it.
back then they would have been like that's the for the
that's
poppers. They would have made like
That's
jalapeno
like the
poppers.
delicacy.
Hey Google,
part.
what's the definition of trotters?
Here's the definition of trotter. A horse bred or trained for the sport of harness racing.
No,
Or-
that's
the second one. I can see it.
That's one who trots.
It says a pig's foot used as food.
Oh, does it?
It says it's the second
Okay.
one. Thanks,
So the
Google.
Globetrotters, Harlem Globetrotters. Anyway, all right. So the paupers ate belly pork and trotters. The imagery of lords and ladies feasting on fine meats done at a turn, which means cooked to perfection, at old English banquets is easy to bring to mind, and this seems to be right context. So there is some argument about this, but even the arguments tend to go back to, but it's probably that.
Okay, so here's a little nasty. So I made sausage a number of times.
Okay.
With my dad, and one of the things that you just need pork fat when you're making your sausage, whatever kind of whether you're going to put it with beef or you actually are going to put it with something of a leaner cut. You want to have enough fat content in a sausage so that it's not some dried out nastiness, and so you end up getting pork fat, which from a variety of places. So I went to this meat market. I'm like, I need pork fat, and they're like, okay, we've got a bunch here in the section, frozen, whatever.
We just swept some up in the corner over there.
Exactly. Well, as you're going through it, you're like, and you have to separate it from the skin. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is all nipples. And like, it was like the pork belly, but it was a lady pig. And so I couldn't.
I feel a joke coming.
There's no joke. And so normally you enjoy sausage, but when I had to scrape like fat off of like pig nipple things, I couldn't enjoy the sausage. I couldn't enjoy it.
You just knew
Yeah.
the teats left behind.
Yeah, no teeth left behind. It was.
I thought you were going to go a direction of like I was counting. I'm like 9, 10, 11, 12. Sounds odd. Dozen tit? I don't know. Something.
See, and I thought you were going to turn around and say how it was a boar. Like the whole thing was a boar.
11, 12 dozen tit. Oh man, that got me. That was on the fly. Good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Disgusting. So anyway, continue on your origin story.
So did you use that fat or you just couldn't?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
No, but when I went to have the
And you wrapped
sausage
the sausage in
afterwards,
that.
it was like just it was in my brain.
This is the whole, like, no one wants to see how the sausage gets made. That's the
Right, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
See, but if you had taken that strip of nipply goodness and wrapped it around the sausage, and you just have this nipple-covered sausage, I don't know.
It's less.
I think you could sell that for higher.
Yeah, I think.
What kind of sausage was it?
Oh, it was. It's French. It's a saucisson sac. It's a
yeah.
it's a French dry sausage.
Bon Jovi.
Bon appetit. Yeah. And it was, yeah. So it was. It just somehow ruined it. Like, you think, And then, you're like, well, I guess if it's a dude, it's just his big nasty gut getting dragged along the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Seasoning.
Tastes like truffles. So anyway, continue.
Anyway, blah blah blah. It's actually used as an idiom. It didn't take form in print at all until 20th century, so it's relatively new. But the word high being used like this, like highfalutin, high society, has been since the 17th century. So the idea that living high on the hog initially meant living the high life and eating pork rather than literally eating meat from the high part of the pig seems plausible. But even the guys who argue that living high on the hog had only to do with rich living originally, they're like, no, it had to do with meat. They all come back around. So it's pretty confirmed that it has to do with eating high on the meat. Let's see, what do I got here? Southern laborers who are, quote, eating too high up on the hog, and American housewives who, quote, eat too far back on the beef are to blame for the continued high cost of living. That was a quote from the Institute of Meat Packers. And yeah, just more of the same thing. I see the word teats here. I feel like I should look that up now.
I don't think that's safe.
Oh no, actually, this is
Google that.
This is a good one. An alternative suggestion, also originating in the States, is that piglets who get suckled from the top row of teats are prone of the prone mother sow tend to fare better. So those piglets do better by living high on the hog.
Oh, okay.
Because they're on the upper row of teats on the mother pig.
Had you said that, I'd have believed that.
Yeah, I would have gone with that one.
I didn't want to include two potential real ones.
So that's funny with on that biology side. I wouldn't think that it would matter, like that you get different wiring, like it's like a per teat situation.
And the pigs below are just getting backwash.
We'll go back to hogwash again. Okay. All right, I'm out. Thanks.
There is also a phrase of Irish descent called "on the pig's back," and they're happy. It refers to kids riding happily on the backs of pigs, having a good time. So if everything's going well, you might say, we're on the pig's back today. But it seems to be disconnected from
turns around and like our
chomps
current scenario. Like I think of pigs. I think of that phrase from that Brad Pitt movie, "Never trust a man who owns a pig farm."
Yeah.
With our Robert Picton scenario.
Yeah.
It's like you just can't, like, pigs eat everything.
Yeah, and if you think about the saying, you are what you eat, wouldn't it also be true that you are what you eat eats?
Yeah. Mind blown. And I understand that it goes from consumption to, like, in 4 hours onto the pig's body, which is why we're discouraged from eating uncooked pork.
Interesting.
Is that
because you're eating whatever
they just eat garbage and like whatever nasty thing. People, all the bones, like all the way. Yeah, they're like little carburetors. So
I wonder what living high on the hog for a hog would be. If they'll eat anything, what do they prefer?
Again.
So deep, man.
That was incredible. I had never thought about that.
So usually go out with a song at the end of the episode, and that's coming a little later on, but I want to preface what the song is about, because I usually just look for a song that somehow uses the idiom that we're talking about. So this one's called High on the Hog. It's by Michael McConaughey, and it's a country song, and it's as any good country song does, it tells a story about how this goes into what you just said, accidentally loses his big wad of weed in the pig pen. The pigs eat it.
Yeah.
And then they cook it up for Christmas dinner, and the whole family is stoned. So they're high on the hog.
That's funny. I was in my head coming in here. I wanted to try and get some sort of joke about some hallucinogenic infused like pulled pork.
Yeah, and
I just couldn't work it. I couldn't figure out. Yeah, and then there it is. There's a country song.
You can look it up and hear the whole song, but we'll hear a little snippet later on. Snippet.
A snippet good. There's a new movie out on Netflix or something that when I was threw it into the Googles, out came this phrase, "High on the hog, how African American cuisine transformed America." And so something related to pigs. Yeah.
Now, Oh, you don't know actually?
I haven't seen it, but
okay.
no, it just.
'Cause I was
like,
going to ask you about that. I
apparently
was curious.
Up,
Was
like,
it
the
just
advertisement apparently came up today?
I was
like,
just
it
curious.
Was like that reason.
I am curious to watch that because it could have a variety of stories. It could be literal African cuisine that worked its way into America, or it could be the life of slavery or slaves back then and how they only got scraps to cook with and how they turned that into
choice things.
Or
Yeah.
it could just be a sequel to Wild Hogs starring John Travolta. This is possible. We don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
No, or we could watch it. We could know.
I guess we could know.
We'll never know.
And then there's this.
Where he lives as high on the hog as he ever had.
There you go.
Do you need to have a southern accent to be saying high on the hog?
It seems like it.
Yeah, I think there's a correlation there.
It doesn't roll off our lips quite as well, but
Not that this is a quote of the idiom, but who says this?
Why, the Duke boys, of course.
boss, how?
Hog. You met him. No,
No, I haven't.
I met him.
You just said that so you could say that, didn't you?
I thought you had a story about going to a car
Don't
show.
you have an amazing story about it? No, that's me.
Maybe it's our mutual friend Kurt, because I started to tell this story about going to a car show when I was a kid, and the General Lee Dukes of Hazzard car was there, and guest appearance by whatever his name is, something Sorrell, I can't remember his name, but Boss Hogg. And so I'm with my dad and my uncle. There's a long line. I want to get his autograph.
Sure.
And my dad's got to go up the stairs. And I'm looking at the line, and there's no line at these stairs. So I'm like, okay. I get almost to the top, and then quickly security takes me all the way down because that was the way off the stage after you stood in the long line.
Hilarious.
And I was so embarrassed that my dad's like, go up there. You probably thought, they're not going to stop a little kid.
Or you just thought that'd be very funny.
Yeah, well, it worked. I got stopped. I got within 10 feet of Boss Hogg.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest moments. Has it been downhill since then?
Yeah, ever since they took me down those stairs.
Yeah.
The walk of shame from Boss Hogg.
Otherwise, generally a great day.
Oh, it was
should
Boss Hogg or Patrick Duffy, he was huge at the time because of Dallas. Well, that was good.
Wow. Is there some kill the hog kind of story that means destroy conversation?
Maybe.
Larry
All right.
Haggard. Larry Haggard. That was the guy from Dallas.
Is that his real name?
I just wanted to completely
JR.
kill it.
Played JR.
Dallas, also a city.
Dallas. Definitely Dallas. Fish sticks on Wednesday. Charlie Babbitt.
Definitely Dallas. All right. Well,
So anyways, we are heading into the home stretch here. Ironically, I can't read that far. to
it's the home stretch.
is it in this home stretch? Okay.
27.
Wowie wow. We got to get going. So we want to do this little thing we like to do called Riddlink.
Riddlink is a game we like to play that takes a two-part trivia-based question and requires a two-part but overlapping answer, overlapping by sound or word or words. And so, it goes a little something like this. Last week in our episode 122, comparing apples to oranges, we left you with this Riddlink right here. Lyrically rhyming organized crime references is how Shakespeare compared unrelated subjects. And so I will say this. We had a winner, a clear winner, same day, within minutes of it being released, it felt like. Dangle Ano answered this one via Instagram. The correct answer was gangsta rapples to oysters.
There you go.
So gangsta rap and apples to oysters. He nailed that. Actually, did you say oysters?
I think I said oranges.
As I'm reading that, I'm like, so you're out. You didn't win.
Yikes. Nope.
No, because I did
Brutal.
say Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's
So I'll
I'm
be contacting the
Shakespeare.
second place winner for your big prize. And we're going to have to take this trophy back.
all right.
But that is how you play.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, let's
Isn't
get. Do you got some?
I brought some.
Okay, I've got two. You got two?
I have. They're probably not all good. I have 4,
Okay.
but I'm not going to use them all. We don't have time for that.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12.
12. I'm going to do my 4.
Sounds like a dozen.
Okay. Well, I'll get the ball rolling just to get us on the right direction. Okay. Living an extravagant life
Living high on the hog.
at the School for Wizards.
Oh, living high on the Hogwarts.
That was one of mine.
That's the piece of pork you don't eat.
The Hogwarts. Heard they're a lot like
You thought it was
the
difficult to
pig nipples.
Scraping the fat from nipples was bad.
You thought dangling ano was not. Hogwarts.
All right, Harry Styles sang this fruity chorus while living luxuriously.
While living fruity chorus. Watermelon high on the hog. Is it watermelon?
It's close, yeah. It's watermelon something.
Watermelon sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
High.
Yeah.
Watermelon sugar high on the hog.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll have you know I went to the Harry Styles concert when he was in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah.
You know the hardest part about going to a Harry Styles concert is just getting tickets.
Rolling them.
They're very hard to get. And then telling your parents that you couldn't get tickets for them has got to be one of the hardest parts of that.
Okay. Wow.
Anyway, I got one. If you're living life large like a pig in a real world, I'm gonna start over.
I think we have the same one. You go.
If you're living life large like a pig in a real world experience that digitally enhances real life objects.
High on the augmented reality.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have one left. That's cool. Thanks for that, guys.
Well,
No, you go ahead, please.
Do you want me to do your next one?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Actually, I don't. I doubt you would do this one. This is kind of niche. A movie school to train superheroes and sidekicks lives in wealth and opulence. It's a movie about a school that trains superheroes and sidekicks.
Yeah.
We watch it all the time with Kurt Russell.
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yep.
Something.
Our illegitimate children are screaming out there.
Is it Hero High? Hero.
I'll tell you that their school is in the clouds.
Sky High on the Hog.
Was that
Sky High.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Was that yours?
No, it wasn't. No.
Yeah, I can guarantee it was. Very niche.
He was living so large, yet still got sucked up the tube in the chocolate factory.
Like high on the Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, there it is.
I couldn't think of his name. That's a good one.
It was quick.
Well, I've got one more, but we're going to leave it for all our dangleanos out there.
If you'd like to reach out and get that grand prize, you make sure you contact us on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us at thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter at 3 Minutes Gone.
It's a good thing we don't just have one address to memorize. We've got 2 or 3.
Different people on their different platforms. Platforming.
All right, here it is. Tony Danza, Judith Light, and Alyssa Milano sure got frustrated by them Duke boys.
Oh man, I need a minute to think about that myself. And that is 3 Minutes Gone.
Woo!
Wow. Good one.
Well done.
I need to think about that.
Yeah. You want to pause?
I'm not even.
You have
thinking.
a
I'm not
week.
even thinking.
You have a
about
week.
it? Did he have a stroke? Like, is he okay right now?
You have 1 week to think
Okay,
about
I
it.
will think
Well,
about
2
it.
technically. It comes out in a week,
There you go.
and then you can answer it then.
Well, if you want to get technical, you got 5 minutes because we're about to record the next one.
Well, that's how it goes. It was really fun putting today together. We hope you enjoyed it. You have a good time, Dang?
I had a great
Dangle?
time. It was fantastic.
I thought Gull was his middle name.
Oh, Dangle.
Dang.
Yeah. Goal.
Ano.
I feel bad that we've been saying it wrong this whole time.
That's okay. It's fine, guys.
I'm Skinny.
I am Jurassic Chorizo Mark.
And I'm Dangliano.
What? Say that again?
Dangliano? I don't know.
And that is 3 Minutes Gone.
That's 3 minutes gone.